What's going on, everybody? This video I'm about to show you put me through a lot of emotions. I did a brisket on the Barrel House cooker. I'm going to title this video The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because there was a lot of stuff that happened in this video. Even though the bad and the ugly I still took good from. I had a lot of challenges, and as you're fixing to see, I was going to do some cuts in and out and kind of explaining each scene, but I decided after further reflection, I've had a whole week to sit on this. I haven't edited this video yet as I'm speaking right now, but of course you're going to get the edited version. Yeah, this is a brisket video, and I will catch up with y'all at the end. Enjoy. Just so you know, this is my very first cook on a Barrel House cooker using a barrel type smoker for brisket. Just keep that in mind when watching this. All right. And I did take a lot of good positive stuff out of this. So I'll see y'all at the end. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today on Meathead, I'm going to be doing a brisket on the Barrel House cooker. If you're going to do a test on any kind of equipment, the standard bearer should be a brisket. Because a brisket is like, you know, that's like one of the more tougher things of meat to make. And I made a rub, and we're just going to put it on here about another hour. Right now it's about 10:45 p.m. and I'll be letting this thing cook all through the night. Barrel House cooker claims that they're a set it and forget it, so I'm going to set it and I'm going to go to bed and I'll check it out in the morning and see what the temps are. So let's get to getting the scene prepared. All right, so what I have here is I have a 15.5 pound Packer brisket. But after I get done, I'm probably gonna have about a 14 pound. You have all this fat right here that we're gonna cut off, and this is, I think I said it's a choice brisket. The reason I'm going with a choice brisket is because I want to compare this. I'm also doing an experiment. The last brisket I did for you guys was the one where I did it on my Oklahoma Joe's Highland offset smoker, and that was probably the best brisket I've ever done. And I cracked the code of how to do a brisket with that one. So I'm going to compare this one to that one and see how close I can get, or if I can even replicate it. Now you can sit here and try to pull all the silver skin off the flat here. I'm not really going to go through all that. I'm just going to get some of this silver skin off. What I'll do is, instead of hearing me talk, I'm just going to fast forward through the rest of this. So everything's nice and trimmed up, and what I'm going to do next is put the binder on and do the rub. And my work surface is clean, I clean my hands, everything's clean. The rub I'm using today, I'm using a coffee blend. I'm using my coffee rub. And instead of me going through and showing you guys how I made the coffee blend, I made this coffee rub, I'm going to put the ingredients in the description down below so everybody can have it. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rub. So my binder is going to be Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Well, whatever. I can never say it. So I'm going to try to have a clean hand and a dirty hand. So my right hand is going to be my clean hand, left hand is going to be my dirty hand. Alright, so now comes time to put the hooks in. I'll be doing this with 4 hooks. I have a theory, like I always do. Almost every single brisket video I see where they hang it, like in a pit barrel smoker or a UDS or the Barrel House smoker, everybody always hangs it with the point up to the top, and they put the flat down towards the bottom where the fire is. Talking to Barrel House cooker, they said that the top, up towards the top, is 40 degrees cooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it at the flat, and I'm going to daisy chain it and let the point hang down by where the heat is. I mean, makes kind of sense to me, but I'm going to do 4 hooks in here. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go get the coals out there lit and get them set. I'm just gonna let this brisket sit out on the counter, let it get to room temperature. Barrel House Cooker recommends to, after you pour the coals in the middle, to go ahead and just let it sit there for 15 minutes to warm up and then put the barrel on. That's what I'm gonna do. And I have a, this is my old Brinkman water smoker I have. I'm just gonna use this to put water in, have a water pan on the bottom. I'm not going to be monitoring this. There we go. Time to pour the water in. All right, there we go. Let that come up to temperature. Let that lid off. And I'm gonna go get the brisket and we're gonna put that on. I'm gonna go ahead and let some air circulate in this right now. Set my temperature right here on the side at 1 notch. I have the H-frame that's gonna be going in here. I'll be putting the brisket right inside here and hanging it down in the middle. Alrighty, so time right now is 11:40 at night. I found this is probably the easiest way to do this. Let's go ahead and hook one. There, like that. Another one. There, like that. Trial and error. Nope. This brisket is too dang long. I don't think I can do a brisket in here. It's too long. What good is that? The Barrel House cooker is not long. I don't know if the pit barrel has that problem, but this one has that problem. All right, y'all, so this is 5 minutes later. My wife suggested maybe I should cut the brisket so it doesn't hang. Well, I thought about something else. If I put it high, I don't know how much higher I could put it up on the racks. If I put it higher up on the racks, then it's still going to hang on the bottom. And why should I have to cut a perfectly fine brisket? So I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to put a temperature probe right now into the flat, and I'm going to run temperatures, and I'm going to put an alarm on it so in case it gets up like 165, I can take it out, I can wrap it. Now I'll move the bottom cooking grate, I'll move that up. So I let y'all know what's going on. All right, so after wrapping my mind around this, trying to do different things, see if y'all can see this. This is what I come up with to try to bring it out. So instead of having just one hook up here, the hook that I had, the daisy chain to that hook, I ended up separating it and putting it there. So that's what I ended up doing right there. Hook, 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 hook. And I've got my temp probe right here. And now it's just barely touching. That's what I had to do. My temp probe has gone off and has showed me that the temperature inside the brisket has now hit 165. Oh, right now the temperature right here is just below 300 degrees. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it on the middle level. That's gonna look like that, right there. Now let's wrap this brisket up. This crust is super hard. That is beautiful. Oh my God. Wow, what a nice crust. It's showing that the internal temperature is 205, and the grill, the cooker is currently at about 225. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna put it to the cooler. All right, so there you go. So this thing cooked more like a hot and fast. So 5 hours and 20 minutes to do about a 14-pound brisket. It was 15.2. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get my happy butt back to bed, and I'll worry about cutting into this thing in the morning. All right, so I'll see y'all in a couple hours. All right, so right now it is 10 a.m. This brisket has been resting now for 5 hours. That's because I went back to bed. Let's see how this one did. So let's get this thing cut open and get out of the cooler and see what we got here. That, ladies and gents, is a beautiful bark. That is nice, and look, it's jiggling. See that thing jiggles? Look at that, see how it jiggles? That's nice and done, and it's still hot. Let's cut into this. I think it's probably gonna fall apart pretty good, but I am gonna make burn ends out of this side right here. So we got the grains running this way, so we're gonna cut it this way.
You came alongside to take me away, to lead me astray.
Now this probably is not gonna pass the pull test. I can already tell you that. Yeah, it's not gonna pass the pull test. It just falls apart. But the taste is there. The taste is really, really freaking good. Now, we got to burn inside.
I persuaded myself that I wasn't so lonely. Late now, try to maintain it, but when you get here, it's suddenly wasted.
So I have the brisket here, and my standard bear is when I did the bacon weave brisket, which to me was a perfect 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. That brisket, I also let it rest 3 to 5 hours as well. This had cooked a lot faster. Like I said before, am I happy with this brisket? Yeah, I'm happy with it. In fact, the rub is pretty much is what saves everything. There's no dry spots on this brisket. It's all very tender and very juicy and moist. The Barrel House cooker so far does really good for poultry, turkey, chicken, and probably smaller pieces of meat. Barrel House wants a recommendation. What they need to do is actually probably make that thing a little bit higher, because a little 14-pound choice brisket, you know, put me through the loops. Anyhow, if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked this video, like it. Don't dislike it. I mean, this takes a lot of effort. So anyhow, and also hit that bell for get those notifications. All right, so that's it. That's the video. As you've seen, I had a lot of challenges, but I'm going to take away. There's a lot of positives I took away from this. Even though the brisket was overly done, it was really tender. It was extremely juicy, and it was extremely tasty. So I would still probably call that a win, because later on that day I made some beanless Texas chili with the brisket, and it was really good. My wife actually absolutely loved this brisket. She says, "What's wrong with this?" I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm beating myself up too bad about this one. The other positive thing is I notified Barrel House Cooker of these problems, and they're going to address these problems and in future models that they have coming up. And that's why they sent these cookers out, so people can beta test them and see exactly what's going on and what kind of problems to run into. I'm just glad that I had the opportunity to be able to do a brisket on one of these, because I've always kind of wanted to see how one of these drum smokers works. And I'm really thankful to the Barrel House Cooker Company for entrusting me and giving me one of these cookers to try out. The other positive thing is I thought of a lot of mods that I can do with this cooker, like buy some magnets, plug up those holes, buy an 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain lid that has the vent and a thermometer up on top, and to move another thermometer down on the bottom, and also put some caster wheels on the bottom of this smoker. However, The 18C right now, it's not deep enough to accommodate a packer brisket unless you chain it with 4 hooks the way I did. Then you can get it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. Ciao.